Yeah, what's going on, man? It's your boy OB back with another video. Today we're gonna be talking about the Max Crosby situation, and we're gonna talk about the week one of free agency, like our acquisitions and all that good stuff. So, Max Crosby, right? I did a video back in February talking about uh the situation. I think when it was reported by Jay Glazer, and then that whole next week everybody was saying this, that, and the third. Sometimes things are out of your control. So you just gotta let stuff play out. Ended up being that he did want to get traded. And I never blamed the guy, right? 7 years in the league. You were 7 years in the league and you went to the playoff twice, right? In 7 years. But you're consistently one of the best players at your position. You want something of greater purpose attached to your name, not just single accolades, but team accolades as well, right? Because getting to the league is not the end goal. Getting to the league is just the beginning, right? For great players, right? For the great players, especially coming from Eastern Michigan, right? Yeah, the odds stacked against you. Coming from Eastern Michigan, not heavily recruited out of high school, a fourth round draft pick, right? You grind and work so hard. So I understand, not completely, but I get what he was doing. I want to go to a team that's consistently in the playoffs. I want to go to a team who has Super Bowl aspirations right now. And then I'll make my way back. In his exit video, he said, I'm going to retire Raider. I want to finish my career with the Raiders. So there was no ill will towards the Raiders, right? He didn't have any ill will. He loved the Raiders. He said that multiple times, and I believe him. The dude is very genuine, right? He wears his heart on his sleeve. He said that, and you can tell he doesn't say it just to say it because it sounds good, it sounds cool. He is a guy that wears his heart on his sleeve. He speaks his mind, and I respect a man like that. You feel me? So I never had any ill will towards Max Crosby. I love Max Crosby. I want him in a Raiders uniform. He makes the defense better when he's in our uniform, right? Would I have wanted the 2 first-round picks? Hell yeah. But I feel like it's a win-win regardless. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is to me. We win with them. We win without them, as far as like the draft picks go, because we can build for the future. Now, on the flip side of that, it's fuck the Ravens for me, because they did some fuck shit. You know what I'm saying? Excuse my language, but the stuff that they did, like the things that they did, and there's more stuff coming out. He released his podcast last night on getting into detail about the whole situation, and everything that he said is what I said when we went live. Me and my dudes went live on TikTok. You know what I'm saying? I said that the Ravens probably not going to be able to get rid of this like how they think, right? It was a business decision on their end, but I'm pretty sure before the trade was announced that they had been talking about it for a week. And then once they made the trade, they seen, oh shit, this was a dumb fucking trade. We're trading 2 first-round picks, one of which is a top 15 pick for a 29-year-old pass rusher who just come off a knee injury, meniscus surgery, right? Which was dumb. It was stupid on their part. 2 first-round picks, but anyway. So they probably seen that, yeah, this was dumb. This was stupid. We shouldn't have did that. Trey Hendrickson's still available. I know everybody talking about the same thing. Trey Hendrickson's still available. We can get him and keep our first-round picks, right? So I think again, everybody's saying the buyer's remorse, but I was saying it on TikTok Live. They got cold feet. At the end of the day, however they want to chop it up, they got cold feet. It is what it is, right? And certain things when you're in sales is not final until pen hits the paper, right? Pen hits the paper, then you're attached to it. Then you have to go with it. On the flip side, I feel like the league should have some type of contingencies included, right? They should have some type of contingencies included and due diligence periods, right? because this man literally got his whole family, his daughter, his wife. I don't know if he had friends, his mom and dad with him, but he thought that he was moving from Nevada to Baltimore. I don't know. I'm pretty sure he didn't put his house up for sale because he just had that house built. But he was probably looking for places to stay, looking for daycare centers if they use that. His wife is probably looking at certain things. The next 5 years, what schools my daughter's gonna go to. Like certain things like that, bro. Like I just feel like personal life wise, it was messed up. And then for them to not meet the guy at the tarmac, like at the airstrip, it says even more that they didn't want this deal to be done. Right? They wanted their first round picks. So that's my whole. I'm glad Max is back. I hope that we make the playoffs. I hope that the Ravens make the playoffs this year because we play them next year, not this coming year, but we play them the following year in 2027. We play the Ravens, right? But this year, I want the Raiders and the Ravens to play in a wild card game. I don't care if it's in Vegas or in Baltimore. I just want them to play each other. And I want Max Crosby to have 1.5 sacks and fucking 3 tackles for a loss and fucking 3 batted passes and down whatever the fuck else. I want the defense to do everything, and I want it to be led by Max Crosby. You know what I'm saying? I want fucking McQuay Walker and Nakobe Dean to be smacking. You know what I'm saying? I want 2 in the, you know what I'm saying? I want a defensive juggernaut to be brought by us, right? Led by Max Crosby. That's the type of, I'm a revenge type guy. You fuck me over, I'm gonna fuck you over worse. You know what I'm saying? That's just the type person I am. But yeah, that's the Max Crosby situation. That's my whole spiel. I'm glad he's back. I feel like he's gonna be a good vocal leader, right? I don't think he's gonna be able to perform in training camp. I hope he don't, because I don't want him to try to rush anything back. Maybe like week 2, you know what I'm saying? He can get back out there on the field week 3, maybe, of training camp. Or preseason, whatever shit called. I can't remember. But yeah, I don't want him to rush. Take your time just so you can play a full season and be healthy and do you get Defensive Player of the Year. I wish all the best for Max Crosby this coming season, because I want Eric DeCosta to feel like shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't wish no ill will towards Trey Henderson, but I don't want him to have no good season. I don't want him to have a good season. I want the Ravens to make the playoffs, but I don't want it to be because of Trey Henderson. I want it to be because Jesse Minter is a hell of a coach, which I do believe. I want it to be because Jesse Minter is a hell of a coach, and he's just scheming up great, you know what I'm saying, great defense and this, that, and the third. But it's not because Trey Henderson himself is leading the charge. So, yeah, that's that. Free agency, right? Free agency week 1 is in the books, and we actually started free agency before, obviously with the Max Crosby thing, but we started free agency before by trading for Teron Johnson, nickelback out of from Buffalo, right? Teron Johnson is a hell of a player, right? He plays nickel. He plays outside corner. He plays safety some, right? He plays dime linebacker. He's a pretty solid guy, 6'1", 200 pounds, versatile, can play in the zone, can play man. I like the guy. A hell of an athlete. If you watch the Buffalo teams, right, when he wore number 24, not number 7, he was okay when he wore number 7 too, but like Kobe, when he wore 24, motherfucker was different. When he wore number 7, he was all right. So the first number, right, then switched over. So it's two different things. But anyway, I like Teron Johnson. I feel like again, all these acquisitions are barring injury, but I like it. I like the pickup. He's still he's the type of guy Because nickel corner, you want an experienced guy, in my opinion. You don't want to just bring in a rookie and let him be that dude, right? So, in my opinion, it would be smart for the Raiders to get another nickel and have him learn behind Teron Johnson, right? For the next 2-3 years, and then he take over that spot, right? Because again, Teron Johnson is one of the best nickels. Him, Kenny Moore, like those guys are the elite nickel players in the league. And I feel like you don't become that until you hit like age 26, and then Teron Johnson's 28, 29 years old, right? So I like that pickup. I feel like he's gonna again be the I ain't gonna say the glue, but I feel like he's gonna do a lot for us again, barring injury. We also signed Nakobe Dean and Quay Walker. These two guys played at UGA together. And if you watch some of the film, you can see Nakobe Dean is a very vocal guy. He's an actions guy and he's a vocal guy, right? There's a clip. I should have put it. I want this to be a podcast. I don't want this to be me showing clips all the time, right? I want to talk. You feel me? When I do film breakdown, that's going to be separate. I don't want to just keep having to put film and everything. But yeah, there's a clip from UGA, him and Channing Tidwell, something like that. Number 41 with UGA. It was obvious, an obvious run play. No, it was play action. Tidwell bit on the run fake, right? And it made Nakobe Dean bump into him. And after the play was incomplete because Nakobe Dean knocked the play down, knocked the ball down. And then immediately after he knocked the ball, he got up, found 41. Hey, you need to get your shit together, blah, 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 blah. Get right. And then I think the next play, Tidwell, 41, he made the play. And they stopped him on goal line, right? Made him kick a field goal. So those are the type of guys that we haven't had outside of Matt Crosby. We ain't had that, right? We ain't had that. We had Rob Spillane. I like Rob Spillane, but he's not a Nakobe Dean. He's not a Quay Walker, right? He's a guy that was a practice squad guy and worked his way up, right? We haven't had no day one starter type guys, right, at the linebacker position in a long time. I can't remember. Maybe Kurt Morrison, Rolando McClain was supposed to be that. That's really Markel Lee. That's really it. Co Moore. I like Co Moore too. Miles Burris. See, most of the guys who get at linebacker outside of Rolando McClain were day 2, day 3 picks, like late day 2, day 3 picks. We ain't had no round one guy. All right. Quay Walker was drafted in the first round. 6'4", 230 pounds, freak athlete. He goes about his business. You know what I'm saying? I feel like him and Nakobe they're gonna work well together. I like that pairing right there. Right. I like that pairing. So yeah. So we got Teron Johnson, starter, Nakobe Dean, starter, Quay Walker, starter. And I told y'all before, when you go into free agency, you want to get at least 3 starters, right? Free agency, 3 starters, draft 3 starters, right? That's the goal. If you get more, great, but you want to get at least 3 guys that can start on both free agency and the draft. So those are 3 guys that I just named right there. And you also got a Kwity Paye, right? Another big time guy, right? From a big school, no small shit, right? Kwity Paye is gonna come in and he's gonna be your versatile guy, long arms. He can play defensive end and he can play a little bit of D tackle on pass rush situations, right? He's a good run stopper. He has some pass rush ability, right? I don't know what the scheme was in Indy, what they were asking him to do. He could have just been the set the edge guy. He could have just been the don't let the quarterback get away. We won't Lofi, the dude from UCLA. We want him to be the sack guy, right? We want DeForest Buckner to be the sack guy. You make sure the quarterback don't scramble and do this, that, and the third. Run situations, you set the edge. We don't need you trying to get tackles for us. We need you making sure you do your job. But I think he does have some pass rush ability, but he is really good versus the run. So that's number 4. I just named 4 starters. Right? So the defense is taking shape, right? You got Quay Walker, you got Nakobe Dean, you got Teron Johnson, you got Kwity Paye. Feel me? There's 4 starters on the defensive side of the ball. Brought back Eric Stokes. We're gonna see what he's able to do when he's not in the cover 3 heavy scheme. I hope he's good, but my expectations are kind of low. I'd rather them bring in another guy who fits that mold more. I think Darian Porter is a hell of an athlete, and he's a willing tackler. I actually like DeCamerion Richardson as well, but I want us to bring in another corner, and I want us to bring in a safety. All right, that's my biggest thing. I don't even care about bringing in a nose tackle. If we did bring in a nose tackle, cool, but the safety position is what we need the most. Isaiah Pola-Mao is not a free safety, in my opinion. He's not like a legit free safety. He's a sub package guy. He's a role player type guy. But we have him starting, right? He doesn't start on playoff teams. He's not a starter on playoff teams, right? Jeremy Chin isn't a post or hash guy. He's not a safety guy. He's not a deep 15 yards off the ball type guy. He's a around the line of scrimmage type guy. And actually, he should be your sub linebacker, right? Keep Nakobe Dean on the field or whatever, just for communications purposes, and have Jeremy Lin beside him. Or if we really want to get funky, have Jeremy Lin as the. But yeah, we'll talk about all that stuff later, in the summertime. But yeah, he's a front 7 type guy, great tackler, big body, 6'4", 225 pounds. You want him around the line of scrimmage, making tackles, forcing guys inside, chasing down from the backside, like things like that. Offensive side, brought in big ticket signing Tyler Linderbaum, right? That acquisition alone is gonna make our offense better. I would say that the addition of him and the subtraction of Geno Smith, we didn't talk about that. Let's talk about John Spotted. Bro. We'll talk about it later. Because I'm gonna get off attention. Tyler Linderbaum is one of the better zone blocking, run blocking centers in the league, right? Spoke about this on Duncan and Downs live show last night on YouTube. Y'all go check that out. But Tyler Linderbaum at center makes everybody's life easier on the offensive line. It makes Clint Kubiak's job easier because he doesn't have to worry about teaching certain things year 1 to a rookie quarterback. It makes the rookie quarterback's job easy because now not all he has to do, but now he has to worry about, okay, where do I need to throw the ball? I don't need to worry about protections because I have a veteran center who's been there, done it, who's a Pro Bowl, all-pro type caliber center in front of me, right? And he can make those calls, right? He can set the protections, and I can learn as we grow. You feel me? So it's going to make everybody's job easier. I hope he stays healthy. JPJ, Charles Grant, and whoever else, Caleb Rogers, Colton Miller, people sleeping. I think people are going to be sleeping on us for a while. I think people are going to be, until the summertime, at least. But that's Tyler Linderbaum, right? Brought in another guy, Jalen Naylor, wide receiver from Minnesota. He's not a burner, right? He's I wouldn't say he's the best route runner either, but he knows what to do, when to do it, how to do it. He knows what to do, when to do it, how to do it. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to do a breakdown on each one of these guys. I already have Tyler Linderbaum, Nakobe Dean, and Coy Walker. I need to do Teron Johnson, and I need to do Kwity Paye and Jalen Naylor. But I like the Jalen Naylor signing. Local guy, he's from Vegas, so he came home. He does the dirty work. He does insert blocks. He does he just does the small things. You know what I'm saying? Pretty big guy. I think he's like 6'1", 6'2". Maybe he may be 6 foot 6'1". So yeah, I like it. I like the guys that we brought in. We also brought in Connor Hayward, right, to be our move tight end / fullback. I like that move. We brought in Derek Young, which I brought him up a while ago. Everybody was saying we're going to get Rashid Shaheed. Derek Young is a little younger, pun intended. He's a little younger than Rashid Shaheed, and he can play every position. He's a big guy, 6'3", 220 pounds. So he's built like a tight end, but he runs like fucking DK Metcalf. You know what I'm saying? He's pretty fast. He's strong, fast. He has some kick return ability. He plays gunner on special team, on punt. He plays whatever the outside corner is on punt return. And he does like all the dirty work when it comes to blocking. And he's actually he's an okay receiver. He shouldn't be a starter 1, 2, or 3, but if you put him in, he's gonna do what needs to be done. So I like Derek Young. I feel like I talked about him more than I did Jalen Naylor. Connor Hayward, I spoke about. We brought in Spencer Buford from the 49ers. He was with the 49ers, right? He has some guard experience, learned that he was still 25, 26. And that's the thing with this whole, and I spoke about this, I think in my last video. You don't want to bring in guys who are pushing 30 years old. Your free agents need to be in their prime or getting ready to enter their prime. You know what I'm saying? You don't want guys that's on the back end of their prime. Good GMs, good organizations when it comes to, in my opinion, when it comes to free agency, you want to see who's becoming available and what their future holds, right? That's where your scouting comes from. Because why do you have pro scout and then college scouting when the pro scouts, all they do is just target the big ticket guys, and then everybody else just role player? No. Look at a Jalen Naylor. Is he hindered? Not hindered. Is he not being utilized a lot because you have 2 first-round wide receivers in front of him who are gonna demand targets because you spent 2 first-round picks on him? If you brought him over, could he contribute in your offense? I think he can in a role. I don't think he's gonna be a number 1 guy. That's obviously gonna be Brock Bowers, but in a role, can he do a job for you? Absolutely. I watched the tape. So I feel like him, Jack Best, Trey Tucker, they're going to eat as long as all 3 of them stay healthy, and as long as all 3 of them on the team. So let's talk about the additions by subtractions, right? Additions by subtractions. Getting rid of Pete Carroll, getting rid of Pat Graham, getting rid of Chip Kelly, getting rid of Brendan Carroll, getting rid of Geno Smith, getting rid of fucking Will fucking Putnam. I don't know if he's still on team. I don't know if they retain his rights or not, but getting rid of him, that's just offense, right? That's just offense, and our offense struggle, all right? So getting another quarterback, getting another play caller, getting another head coach, getting another offensive line coach, getting better offensive line players, right? That's going to make Ashton Jeanty and Fernando Mendoza's life easier. It's going to make GM John Spatek be able to relax. It's going to make Mark Davis actually be able to enjoy watching the games, right? It's going to make us as fans be able to enjoy watching the game. Enjoy watching the games. I don't do no edits. I ain't doing no cuts. It's a podcast. So, yeah, I mean, I like it. I said we needed a beautiful off season, and right now is looking like that. It's looking it's not completely shaped yet, but it's looking like everything that needed to be done is being done. We actually look like a competent organization, which in all my years of liking the Raiders, we haven't looked this way in at least the last 10 years since Reggie McKenzie was the GM. We ain't looked like this in 10 years. And it feels good to not be. It feels good to not be the dummies. I don't want to be the smartest person in the room, but I don't want to be the dumbest one in the room either. And we were always the dumbest one in the room. We were always the one, again, draft ain't got here. But we were always the one reaching for draft picks. I hated it. Alice, we're not going to get into it, but Alice Leatherwood, Cleve Farrell, John Abram, like, come on, bro. I knew those were bad picks at the time. Like, what the fuck are we doing? The Byron Young thing. I was looking, I said, what the fuck? Byron Young. And I thought it was the dude from Tennessee. Because I looked at the film, I know, okay, it's third round, okay, fourth round, whatever, cool. It is what it is. And then they said Byron Young from Alabama. What? Who the fuck is this? I didn't even do no research on him. But yeah, I like what we're doing. I feel like John Spatek is cooking. I feel like that man is whipping up some stuff. You know what I'm saying? I feel like we actually have competent coaching. My predictions right now after week 1 of free agency, my prediction, I had us at 6 wins. I'll give us another one, right? I'll have us at 7 wins right now, right? I'll have us at 7 because I don't know what to expect from Robbie Leonard, right? I want us to be good on defense, but I don't know what to expect from Robbie Leonard. I don't know what type of defense he's going to run. I know it's going to be a 3-4, but like what the scheme is going to look like. You know what I'm saying? I don't like I'm not really sure. I ain't going to say I don't like, but I'm not really sure about our cornerback room, right? We have a guy that played a little bit last year, Darian Porter. He showed some promise, but we really don't know what he'll look like in a full 17-game season. And we got Eric Stokes, who when he was in Green Bay, he stayed hurt one, and he wasn't that good when they played like cover 4 and man, right? But when he came here under Pete Carroll running the cover 3 scheme, he looked good because he runs a 4.2. He's 6'1", and so he's not going to let nobody run past him. And that's very cornerback friendly, but that's very 2016 too. So I want to see what it look like in the cover 4 heavy scheme when you have to do certain things, right? In our safety room, I don't like our safety room. We still need depth at linebacker, Jack Kelly. Our D-line, I actually like our D-line. I actually like our D-line. I like our O-line as it is, as long as Charles Grant is the right tackle. I like our offensive line. I love our tight end room. Obviously, running back, we have a stud at running back, but we still need 2 guys. We need an RB2 and an RB3. I don't want Dylan Lowby to be RB2 or RB3. I actually don't want him as RB4. And then, obviously, Fernando Mendoza is going to be the quarterback. Do you want him starting week 1? Is your preference. It doesn't really matter to me. I'd rather if they say he's ready, okay. If Clint says he's not ready, okay. I mean, I can't control it. If the man that runs the offense says that he's not ready, he needs to sit, he needs to learn. I trust him saying it more than I trust Chip fucking Kelly saying it. Speaking of Clint Kubiak, I like Clint Kubiak. I like the hire. I like his offense, right? I've been watching a lot of Seattle Seahawks tape, and his concepts are very, I ain't gonna say they're simple, but he runs the same concept in the first quarter, second quarter, third quarter, and fourth quarter. He makes everything look the same. He'll run outside zone to the right. Then he'll run an outside zone to the right, but he has a motion attached to it, like a jet sweep attached to it. He runs outside zone to the right, and he'll have that motion come in and do an insert block from that wide receiver. He'll run an outside zone to the right and have that same jet sweep, but he'll actually give it to the jet sweep. That's 4 plays right there. He'll run that same outside motion to the right and have that same wide receiver motion in or tight end or whatever you want to do. Have that same guy motion in, fake an insert block, run the fucking play action boot to the left. He'll run that same outside zone to the right, same motion, fake the jet sweep, fake the handoff, roll to the left. Now it's a screen backside. That's 6 plays of the same exact concept. That if that don't get you excited, like when the last time we seen some shit like that, bro? That's 6 or 7 plays of the same exact play call, but different. Not play call, but same concept, but different play call. Now, me I'm a defensive guy. I keep saying that. Me, I play safety. If I watch film and I seen that, I would go into the game. It would aggravate me because I never knew. I would have to, because I played rover, so I played like a bot safety type, right? Me having to cover the C gap and then see that it's a play action, and now I done got beat across my face and I got hauled ass on this cross route, and then now I put my safety in a bind. Now he has to do his job and try to help me out, but you have a post going, or like, bro, and this is the NFL, so man, I'm excited about it. And I didn't even say, okay, that same, and I'm excited about the Clint Kubiak offense. I'm ready to see it. I'm ready to hear about it in training camp. I'm ready to hear about it in OTAs. I'm ready for the fucking rookie mini camp, right? We still got a while to go, but yeah, I ain't gonna hold y'all too long. It's been 32 minutes. I appreciate y'all watching my video. Like, comment, subscribe. What else? We talked about Max Crosby. We talked about the offseason. We talked not the offseason, but we talked about week 1 of free agency. We talked a little bit about offense. We talked a little bit about defense acquisitions. We talked a little bit about Clint Kubiak. Yeah, John Spatek. We talked about him. I think this next video, I'm gonna have a little bit of film attached, but this is still a podcast, man. We're not gonna do a lot of like a little simple until this preseason, right? Then we'll do like the film breakdown and stuff like that, because we got a whole new staff, right? There's no reason to keep talking about the same or keep looking at the same things, because I can show y'all some stuff that Quay Walker did, and I didn't really like him, but he's gonna have a new linebackers coach. He's gonna be taught different things here than he was at Green Bay. Same with Kobe Dean, same with Jalen Naylor, same with Alvin Stein, all those guys, right? But yeah, I'm excited. I have our win total at right now. I think Vegas is giving us 5.5. I'll put us at 6.5 right now. I'll put us at 7 wins, which would be a good season. And when I say 7 wins, I mean like 7 good wins, right? Like not winning by a field goal. I'm talking 7 legitimate wins. Now, if we win more than that, cool. If we win 2 less than that, I wouldn't like it because that's at 5. That's 5 wins, and I feel like this team is better. This coaching staff is better than last year's, so I wouldn't like it. But as long as we're competing, competitive in each one of the games, as long as everybody's progressing, it'll be okay. I don't want it though. I want 7+. I actually want 10+. I'm not gonna say 10 because I want Max Crosby to make the playoffs. I want to win the division because the division is very winnable. But I'm not gonna get into that until after the draft. But yeah, I appreciate y'all watching this video. Like, comment, subscribe. If you see down below, you can see my TikTok. I try to go live on TikTok every other day. It's me and a couple guys that go live on TikTok. Tone, shout out Nico. We just talk Raiders ball, man. That's all we do. If you like Raiders football, y'all come join our live. I also go live with Duncan and Downs sometimes on Tuesdays. They have a great show. We be on there talking for about 2 hours. And then Duncan has his own show on Sundays that I'm gonna be a part of as well. So yeah, if you like my stuff, if you like what I talk about, if you like anything, like I said, like the video, share the video, comment on the video, let me know what you want me to talk about next. And I'll try to make sure, you know what I'm saying, I accommodate. I'm actually excited. I'm actually excited about this, right? About this next step. I'm actually excited. But yeah, I appreciate y'all, man. Y'all be safe and stay dangerous.